Today's message. Throughout my life, I've experienced a lot of pain, heartache, heartbreak, and failures. But the thing that taught me, and that I'm sure many of you can relate to, is that growth can only be obtained through pain. If you're not willing to make sacrifices for your goals, then your goals will never, and I do mean never, become realities. Welcome back, all my free thinkers, to another episode of Grow Rich, Grow Happy, that place where we follow the breadcrumbs of wealth. And guys, we got the XRP ETFs, got all of that has launched, yet XRP is below $2. Wow. So what's going on? Crypto winter? Is it time to sell everything? Sell your Bitcoin, sell your crypto, hell, even sell your silver and gold. Get out the market, run, hide under a bed. Is that what time it is? Is that what we're faced with right now? Giving up on our crypto dream? I don't think so. And I'm going to frame this in another way that you guys can understand. But first thing you need to do for me is smash that like button. Give me a sub on this Friday. Give me a sub. Hit that bell notification so that you don't miss any of these videos. Look down below at all the great stuff I got for you. But trust me, get you a cold storage wallet. I don't give a damn what's going on in crypto. Get you a cold storage wallet. I deal with Tangem. Get a 10% discount on Tangem cold storage wallets. That's how you lock up your crypto. Even my dentist knew that, and she ain't even got no damn crypto. Lady told me, there I go sidetracking again. She told me, I do know you're supposed to get a hard wallet. What's a hard wallet? And I said, look at that. You're more wise than the last time I came. But anyway, we got 10% discount down below. That's yours. That 10% does go to support the channel, all we do here, up front and behind the scenes. Swing over to growrichgrowhappy.com. Check out my book, Overcoming Self for Crypto Wealth. And let's rock. All right, guys. So XRP is down, right? Many of the free thinkers here, those of you that's been with me and those of you who just came on board, obviously you're on this channel because you want to be a free thinker. But not only that, sometimes you need a little confidence boost, a little bit of, yeah, you're going in the right direction, where I'm here to give it to you. Because today, guys, we're seeing more slippage in that market. I know it's a lot of great things on sale for you guys, but I'm here to tell you, don't forget about XRP. We're going to talk about it. Let's jump over here, guys. So check this out. XRP, $1.94. Did you ever think you see that like right about now? Had somebody in the comments the other day say, so are you selling near Christmas? Hell no, not if the prices are like this. I remember I told you guys last bull cycle, around Christmas time, I was looking mighty pretty. That was my first one. I looked at my wallet and I was like, damn, I didn't sell. Regret it. But now's not the time to sell. Now's the time to be stacking your bags, especially right here. Many of you are going to look back at these moments. You're going to say, what the hell? So you're going to say, I missed out. Everybody's going to, they always say I missed out. Hindsight was 2020. I'm going to show you why you need to be paying attention to XRP. Now's the time to be building. I'll tell you something real quick before we jump over here and look at something. You remember when things were really low? Some of you remember leading up to this bull cycle. A lot of people remember when prices was just at an all-time low, you could stack. There's a lot of people that made a ton of money because, you know, they put their head down. They ignored the noise. Now prices in days like this, when they had dry powder, they went in and they bought a little bit, $20 here, $20 there, because it didn't matter, because they was like, I'm trying to build my bag so that when things run, that's more rewards for me in the end. And then if you play the market right and you keep stacking, you make some of those sacrifices, don't get some of those combo meals, don't do some of that shopping. I know Christmas coming up, but, and I'm not telling you not, you know, to forgive giving gifts and stuff, but you don't have to go crazy with money that you don't have. If you don't have a lot of money, and you don't have to put all of that into Christmas gifts. Why? Got to put yourself first sometimes, and putting yourself first is actually putting your family first, as long as you're investing that money for you and your family's future. That's what this is about. Don't miss out on this, guys. So I want to tell you why you need to pay attention, even though, yeah, we got the ETFs and all of that. So what? The stuff's still down. Sell it. I'm going to jump over here. Ripple price Forecast. XRPI's April lows. Look at this, guys. April lows despite Bitcoin ETF launch. Steady inflows. Now, just reading that title alone, you'd look at it and say, well, that was a bust. That ETF was a bust. But no, I keep telling people, a lot of this has nothing to do with crypto. It has everything to do with the macro and everything else that's going on with the world, not crypto. The stocks are down too. Crypto, of course, is going to get it worse because crypto is a speculative asset. That's exactly what it is. A lot of people look at it as speculative. We look at it like it's not speculative. So it's us against them, but we know where it's going in the long run. A lot of people that look at crypto as a speculative asset don't really understand what they hold. They're not tapped into these crypto streets. They don't know what crypto, all of these CEOs and all of these institutions and enterprises are working on. They can't see that far ahead. And I guarantee they can't see that far ahead in their own lives. But so look at this. XRP extends its decline below the critical $2 level amid heightened volatility, exacerbating risk-off asset. Bitwise XRP ETF debuts, boosting net inflows to 118 million on Thursday. Low retail demand is evidenced by a weak derivatives market. May cap attempts at recovery. So a lot of people run from this. I've trained myself over years to look at stuff like this and smile because I know, wow, this means that there's other opportunities in there. I looked at Potenza Tau. That's down. I think it's in the 200s and something now. I looked at Quant with steady falling. And if you've caught my last video that I did, I'll flash it up here. And the last one I did, after that I'll flash up here. These are great assets. The Zebix, the Quant, the H-bar, the IOTA, these are great assets. These are the ones you should be concentrating on. We know the ISO switchover is coming, tomorrow? And that's a damn Saturday, November 22nd. Nothing has changed. But you'll look at stuff like this and it feeds everyone who's looking at it, feeds the market negativity. It feeds the market because that's the storyline right now is bleeding. I got people letting me know, hey, are you rethinking your decision on going into crypto? I said, I don't even respond to stuff like that. I was like, they sound ignorant. They sound stupid. They can't even spell crypto. That's how you guys got to feel too. Protect your energy. But I'm going to jump over here and we're going to talk about why I say you should be still stacking. Because Ripple and BlackRock dropping clues about an XRP ETF. Here's why it matters. Now, they look at this and they say, is it going to happen? Everybody's been saying BlackRock and this. It's going to happen. Do you know why? You know why? Because next to Bitcoin, what is talked about more than anything? XRP. XRP is talked about more than Ethereum. BlackRock, you know they like money. And plus, not only do they like money, they like what everyone else like. Let's just rip this Band-Aid off. I get tired of stuff like this. Don't tease me with the dangling carrot. I know BlackRock is going to get involved. Jack Clarver, he even said the same thing. That's what they're talking about. You guys know who he is by now. Guy actually liked on one of my Facebook videos I did on XRP. I was like, oh, look at that. But check this out. The possibility of BlackRock launching a spot XRP ETF has become one of the most widely discussed topics in the XRP community. Analysts argue that if the world's largest asset manager enters the XRP market, it could trigger a big shift in institutional adoption, liquidity, and long-term price behavior. That's crap. That is crap. It is going to happen. And guess what? If it was to happen today or tomorrow, people would get excited for a minute. But the market is still not, things are not going to still start rising. And we're going to be right back here talking about, oh, BlackRock launched the XRP ETF and things didn't go up. Because who cares right now? We know that everything that's happening right now has nothing to do with crypto. I wish somebody would just say that. Say that. Continue. You can tell I'm I don't know what I am today. But anyway, the discussion recently resurfaced after analyst Jack Clarver revisited Previous hints from both Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse and BlackRock CEO Larry Fink. In multiple interviews, both executives were asked about a BlackRock XRP ETF. Each time they replied with the same phrase: "I can't talk about that." Guys, it's happening. Let's just put it that way, which is why you got to look at stuff like this and say, I'm getting in on this. I see where this is going, because once everything else lifts, once we start getting some positive news about the economy and about all of that, Trump come out and just flip the script and we hear some of that, and then the sheep will start running in and they will be buying. And many of you, even though you're free thinkers, you pulled in both directions. You're going to start buying as well. And you're going to say, let me come in and buy some XRP. And it's going to be like $2 and something. You say, oh, I'm getting in early. No, this is early. This is early right here. Right here. Look at this. 24 hours. Woo! What happened? What up? Right up in here. We slipped down to $1.83. But you'd have had to be up early to get that. $1.83, guys. And I get people that's hitting me up while we still buying XRP. You never stop. You never stop buying any of these assets that we cover on this channel. Some we don't cover on this channel, but XRP is a must. It is a must. It is one of the ones, one of them ones. That's what XRP is. I don't care what nobody else say. Everybody's always this token against that token. I stay out of all of that. You should too. Say it is me against myself. That's what it is. You guys, let me know. What are you doing? Are you snatching up XRP? And let me know down below. Do you think BlackRock is going to launch an XRP ETF? I'll tell you my vote right now. It's a hell to the yes. To the next one, guys. Do not pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention to what you know is going to happen. This your boy. I'm out. My heart.